He's a Mexican YouTuber. I'm not Mexican, by the way. I know some of you think we're Mexican, we're not. And he used to say that it's so strange that they always leave the weekends. Whenever we want to have war or a bomb around falling somewhere, okay, or something important, whenever we have something like that, they always leave it for the weekends. And he used to say that after the pandemic, because I started watching him after the pandemic, and since then, normally he would say, "Oh, so this happened during the week, so I wonder what's going to happen during the weekend." So that's what I'm saying. I want to wait for the weekend to see what takes place. And after that, I'm not worried though. I'm not anxious. I am relaxed. Super relaxed. But in the terms of when it comes to reading the market, reading the tape, that is why I want to wait till the I want to wait for the weekend. I want to see what takes place. Let me fix this one here. It's a bit closing. A beautiful smell just came into me from nowhere. Nice. Thank you. Just nice smell. Like roses. Like perfume, like nice perfume. I'm imagining flowers, something like that. First presentation, you said Kashif. Yes, I think that is first presentation. Okay, I'm gonna start reading the chat. But I'm not sure, by the way, but I think it is. First presentation with other blog. How long have you been trading ICT, Mr. Witness? That is one question I don't ask my friend. The market is like your child that is always getting in trouble and leaves your shoulder stands whenever you go to sleep. Yeah. Before I used to trade every single session, but now it's not needed. I don't advise it though. You can study the sessions, but I don't think it's a good idea if you are a beginner. So the idea of ES reaching previous day high for NQ making higher highs is still on the table. Okay, it's still taking place, and this will be the next level I'll be looking at, which is Tuesday's highs. Now, Monday high will be fun, just because of the way they opened. So nobody knows where the market is gonna open, right, the next day. The reason why nobody knows is because they choose. So they choose what they wanna do. They choose where the market is gonna be repriced to, and the whole world is gonna say something, and then the analytics will say something, but they don't care. They just wanna keep repricing whatever they want to them to bring the market towards. So just be very careful. But I'm still looking at these highs now because of this reason that I told you, coupled with this reason here. Right. Oh, here. This one. It's best if this gap don't get fully filled. So I want to see this gap being a breakaway gap, in other words. Here and here, okay. Remember, AM session after a holiday. Don't touch it. That is the 50% of the gap right there. So it's best if it doesn't close it completely. But I'm not expecting to see precision during the AM session after a holiday. But in a normal situation, I wouldn't like to see that. Okay, in a normal day, if previous day we didn't have holidays, I would expect this gap to stay unfilled. So just until here, like that, or all the way here, but it should leave something of that open, some portion of it open. Now, as long as the body remains up here, this is still on my interest. Okay. Body is unable to close above the weekly fair value gap. Let me do it like this. Here. QU. Yeah, it will be fun. If it's gonna cause a failure swing here, I'm looking at this level, alright? But for that, I will need price to disrespect this bullish fair value gap, because bodies are still being held in this gap. Look at the wick all the way down here, but the body closes up here. Give me 1 second. Right, I'm back. Weeks to the damage, but still the story that's right, Tropical. Nasdaq has become a meme coin. It has. Now from this high, higher highs will be needed for this to be still the idea. You have a little volume imbalance here. So as long as price remains closing above this one, it's good. So this is why you don't want to be trading day after holidays. Okay, now remember this gap right here. Remember that gap. Look how it kisses it. And now see where this candle closes. Pay attention to that. This is NQ's challenge now. See globally, I want to see it here. This is NQ's challenge right here. Where's this? 70. Then see where it's closing. Okay. Now this could just be chopping more into this range. You want to see price leave this gap lower if it's going to treat it as an inversion for value gap towards this sell side right here. But it's too close to ay, ay, ay. Look at this. Look at this on ES. Ay, 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 these people. Having too much fun in the buttons. Too much fun with the buttons today. And so still, this is the brick wall. It's gonna be hard for NQ to trespass. So this is why it has to respect this as an inversion. Because from here, see all of this back and forth? All of this price range is balanced, okay? So it's gonna be high resistance to go through a balanced price range. But if it's gonna do that, it has to do it with speed and magnitude, like disrespecting it. That's gonna be a good break of a balanced price range, right? So this is a challenge right here for NQ. So in the way they're gonna deliver through these lows is very important for this narrative and then this narrative right here. So look at this rejection or touch of the opening price. Now remember, I'm a person who loves to see closures below the opening price when we're bearish and above the opening price when we're bullish. So this is gonna be important here. Okay, you see that? That's a closure below it. They need to see a closure below the balanced price range here. But this is good enough. This is a good job from NQ, from the inversion value gap. And now I'd like to see this low. It has to touch this low, but not just touch it, but close below it, because all of this is same range. And if NQ is going to spend time here, it's going to be working in the same range. So that's the 50% of the balanced price range. Acceleration from there is needed without closing above the opening price one more time. So that's good. That's the next thing I wanted to see. Now I want to see a closure below this one. It's important. And then for us to see this low and then probably these ones. I'm still laughing, bro. Look at that. Look at that. And then you have your reversal. So for the reversal, yeah, this low is essential. That is the closure below it. Now I just need acceleration through this week because this week 50% is on the way, okay? So I need to see heaviness towards this 50%, this week down here, this lows and finally this, and I'll be content with this level. I will be content because this is old buy side, okay? That's the level I'm using. I'm showing you what levels I'm picking. It might get there, it might not. I don't know. But this is what I want to see. This old swing high. Oop. Now, for this one is enough. Okay, this one is enough. But if they could give me the swing high that I want to see, that would be better. You know what would be funny? Let me see. This gap. Okay, that's a closure below the 50%. Now I need to see price just remain heavy here. ES did it already, you see? That's why I love it. That's why I love ES. I mean, come on. Look at this. See? To the tick. Beautiful. On a morning after holidays. Thank you, ES. Now, this is gonna be very important for ES. The NQ is super close to the target. Bro, these people are just messing around with the buttons today. There it is, okay?
And Duran. Te mueve que de veras, te tan, tan, tan. Te tan, tan, tan. Hola.
No, below this low you have this one right here.
El Alejandro sin saluda, tú no me vas a saludar de hijo de puta.
Estoy concentradísimo.
Okay. Concentradísimo.
Back to the CV. So, okay, before we keep reading price, just wanted to remind you, this level tag, bodies were incapable of closing above the weekly fair value gap. What does that mean? Breaks lower here. I still wanted to see these highs because of the close proximity, so then we could look for lows in a better way. But then this reaction lower, right here, closing super close to the, and that's it. Let me see. Let me look at her. Let me look at her a little bit. 54. There. Okay, so I told you a closure below this gap would yield the idea of these lows. Okay, I told you when we were up here. So this was very important, this reaction in this gap. So you're closed back inside of it, and then the next candle closed below it. Then I marked it as an inversion, telling you that this is going to be challenging. This is the challenge for NQ because of this back and forth here. So what was the reaction I wanted to see in price around this level? I wanted to see speed and velocity because this is going to be problematic. So if this is indeed a range in which NQ wants to deliver towards the lows, I want to see it delivering this way. Then you see that closure here, below the opening price that I was telling you, and then the next candle uses the 50% exactly to the tick. You see that? You saw that live. And then from this level to the tick, closest were below the balance price range that I told you I wanted to see a closure below. Then look how he uses it. Okay, so the same thing I do in the YouTube videos I'm doing here, right? But the all YouTube videos I used to annotate, like saying, now I want to see this, blah, 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 blah. But I'm telling you now vocally what I want to see. And this inversion, look how price respecting that. And I poised to the idea that it could chop here. It would be best if it doesn't do that. It would be best if it only spools lower. Uses the 50% of the balance price range. So I'm telling you why this is the balance price range when price was trading here. And then this closure is going to be important. Remember, I told you it's going to be very, very, very important. And from this, you see the spooling lower to the target. And now from here, I still like to see these lows and then the level I told you. So when was my idea towards lower prices more clear? Once we close below this fair value gap and look at how price is not being able to stay above that. So you're losing the 50 or the low. Okay, so that's 10, 8. So it gave you maximum hit of 5 handles or 22 ticks if you enter at the low end of the fair value gap. So you didn't take much hit. Now towards this target, which was the target, so that's 50. With little to no drawdown and nice delivery lower. Now, they are just messing around today, man. They are just messing around. Okay, let me see. Go back. How do I do this? Okay, super close. You have this very short block. Look where price is closing right here. See that? Random level, right? Random. This is actually upside down. Let me fix it. That is the 75. The upper quadrant of the opening range gap. And this is going to be important for ES. I want to see what it does here. Okay, so that's how you use the balanced price range. In A plus, I don't know if A plus is here. Let me see if it's here. Not here, but I'm gonna give him a little message for when he rewatches the live stream. You see this A plus? Okay. This one's for you. That will be it. I'm still looking for something else. So the general trade idea was done here. And this was good enough for a delivery. Now I'm still looking for something else. And you know what that something else is, right? There it is. Thank you, Nasdaq. You've been a naughty girl this morning. Naughty. Look at this naughtiness. But this was good enough, right? Gave you the idea before it happened. Right here. Said a closure below when this was a bullish fair value level. Said a closure below this one would shift my interest into these lows, and then the level I gave you as soon as I began the live stream, which was this line right here. Inversion fair value level. So now I will be done. Okay. Now I will be done. I don't have interest in nothing else. Okay, maybe I do. Maybe I do have before I leave. I mean, these lows look so clean, right? I told you this gap also. Remember? Okay, so let's see. Now people want to see higher highs. Come on, guys. Let me enjoy myself a little bit. So today is a day in which you can just come here to the 50% lower. Look how it's closing. Amazing, right? Random. And then today's a day in which you can now make higher highs towards this pending business. You could totally do that. My interest is not there anymore. My interest is all the way here. So in the hourly will be this one, right? And for those of you who have received the daily bias video, so this is what, and we came all the way to what, right? Okay, since the delivery, the market has already delivered towards the target that I was looking at this morning, which is not a secret. I told you what the target was as soon as I opened the charts. I gave you this level, okay? And now I walked you through the idea of this high getting hit first because of the bodies getting close above it. I'm just repeating myself so everyone understands. We didn't close above this high, and this is something I said. I mean, we didn't close above this purple shaded area, and this is something I said on the live stream, right? And then price try one more time and deliver lower. And when we were around here, I said, this is the important fair value gap. which if we close below, I'm going to start looking for shorts. And you had the level for shorts. And that's everything that took place. I gave you the idea during of the balanced price range here, how price is going to treat it, how I would like to see it treated, and how I will use it, right? And from there you saw the 50%, the 50%, lower end, the 50% of this week. Remember, I marked it for you. So what is going on here? Okay, see what's going on right there. And then you see the lower prices towards the target being hit. If you have any questions, let me know in the chat, because this completes my interest for today. I'm not interested in anything else for the day, for the remaining portion of the week also. So if you have any questions, any doubts, please make it public in the chat before I leave. I'll leave you guys with also.
¿Quién es Axel? Puta.
No.
Oye, ¿viste que ayer tomé el trade con el EIR y después llamé el reversa al London? Bueno, ni reversa más o menos. Qué rico.
¿Te tomaste screenshot lo que dijo Robot News?
Sí, bro. Puta, qué rico. Ese leito me dijo, tú eres Wackel, mi hermano.
Oh, I'm happy to hear that, Robot News. I'm happy to hear that.
Y lo peor es que le dije a la Elana, le dije... ¿Te acuerdas lo que te dije una vez que Luke, cuando puse mi TP, el man vendió en mi TP? Y le dije que eso había hecho un pelado. Y justo pasó ayer también, loco. En mi TP se invirtió.
Shaking hands.
Sí. Oye, ¿a qué hora te vas hoy?
Chequea en el chat. Creo que a las 11.
Verga, alguien quería que a las 11, loco. ¿No le mandaste en spam? Viernes libre desde las 2. Ah, ya. Bueno. Qué verga, loco, si no tomé la venta desde arriba porque me estaba bañando, chut. Si no, yo estaba buscando ventas desde hace rato. Pero estaba demorando mucho y dije, me voy a bañar porque después tengo que ocuparme. Y ni verga. Fuck.
I still like these lows. So for Pope Francis, so I like to see this gap, okay? This white shared area, this gap right here. Would like to see that. Righty. So this is actually the first presentation if it is, and this is the way it was used today. Right? I'm not sure if it is. I'm not a master on first presentation. I'm not a master on anything. But I don't understand this concept very well. Sometimes it's gonna be this one, okay, the first gap after 9:30. Sometimes it's gonna be the candle at 9:30, and it depends. And I'm still learning with you when is gonna be each case. So when I know it, I'm gonna teach it to you. I cannot teach you something I don't know, right? Makes sense, right? I cannot teach you something I don't know, and I don't know first presentation very well. I know it's a powerful tool, very, very powerful. I've used it before, but I would like to know more about it. So the most time I spend with it, the more I want to understand about this one, and then I'm going to be able to teach you. Now look at this, how it respects the opening price like this. And how many times have we seen this in the last month, right? True levels of support and resistance right here. But it's all fake, because is the algo in the room with us?
Si te pillara.
Jeff says, where come from your big zone, gray zone, and why? Big zone, gray zone? I don't know what you're talking about there, Jeff. What is the gray zone? I don't have zones. I don't use zones.
¿The gray zone?
Ah,
Oye,
purple
el Jeff
shaded
también
area.
quería. El Jeff también, la clase de hoy del Jeff. A ver si le damos clase al Jeff para concentrarnos en sus entradas, loco. Porque el man sabe las entradas, pero no las está tomando bien. El man sigue bien apegado a las reglas, pero las entradas le están comiendo. So, para ver si nos concentramos con él en eso hoy. ¿Sí o no, puta?
A veces pienso que estás hablando solo, güey.
A ti te estoy diciendo, pues aquí me puede decir, mamá. Hijo de puta.
Es que a veces sí, ok, es que, ok. Sí, sí, no, sí le ayudamos, bro. Lo que le haga falta le damos. Le damos sopa, lo que sea. Papao.
¿Cómo?
Entonces,
¿Cómo?
this
¿Cómo?
week, do you see that week right here? I'm gonna utilize this random week, okay? And I'm gonna use the quadrants here.
Everybody as long as did not trade 50% of the week, Mr. Witness excellent. Are you looking for longs? Why are you looking for longs? Well, yeah, it's valid. You just have to look for a change of for a change of structure, remember. Yeah, I catch that shorts. 7 ticks stop loss. The problem is I was waiting for that shorts since 1 hour ago, but I have to take a wash, so I go take a wash. That's why I don't take the shorts since the top because I was looking for shorts. But no, yes, I take that shorts, but like in the middle, late. And I'm still think we can make more lower lows, to be honest. Si te pillara, si te pillara. Esta que me escribe, loco. Escriben como perras. ¿A qué se refiere este pelado? Expectar a largo plazo. Mira, WhatsApp. Ah, no, mira, Diem. Mm,
All right. Okay, where are we? Where are we? Where we at? Where we at?
ah,
Oh, ya sé que era ese boludo.
ya sé que se refiere, no te preocupes.
Okay. Jeff, is the weekly fair value gap. So Tropical Alejandro answered to you. If you go to the weekly chart, what you're gonna find is that this is a weekly fair value gap. I'm gonna share it with you. Give me 1 second. This is what I see, okay? Oh, see that? So in NQU 2025, 1 week, you see how we are not able to close above this week, above this weekly fair value gap on the weekly candle. So what am I gonna use here on the weekly bias? Because it's the same thing. Just delete the weekly thing, and now what is this? A 1 minute chart. So what's happening is we're coming all the way back to this gap to rebalance it, to reprice to it fully here, one more time, and then another time, and then we are spending time in this gap. So that already tells you, and if you've been here for a while, you have heard me say that whenever you see price spending time around any side of the gap like this, is low probability. This is why we've been chopping. But that hasn't stopped us from calling price in the direction that we think is going to go, right? Because we don't need crazy runs. We just need to know where the next high probability target is. And I've been giving that to you for the last months, okay? And in the idea of that is going to deliver, I just don't teach you where the targets are, where I think is going to go, but I also teach you how I expect price to deliver towards those targets. And that, in my opinion, is mentoring, okay? and I pick the targets in front of you. So you see how I pick the targets and why. Okay, and this will be it. And because this is on the weekly fair value gap, Jeff, it does not mean it's not gonna have salient interest in the lower time frame, because you see how it's doing here, and the same thing is happening on the 1 minute right here. The higher time frame is gonna be father, the lower time frame is gonna be son. Okay, so the lower time frame is subsequent to the higher one, but the movements on the higher one are constructed or are built on the lower time frames. Right? That is the best way I can explain it. So the movements on the higher time frames are going to be constructed from the lower time frames. So the lower time frames are starting the movements from the higher time frames. This is why Axel enters around here. Okay, because he knows that if he goes deeper into this time frame, into this area on a lower time frame, he's going to be well positioned before the move takes place. The same thing happens on the 1 minute, looking at the 15 minute. Okay, the same thing happens on the 5 minute, looking at the 1 hour. Follow me? 15 minute, 4 hour, hour daily. Okay, the same thing takes place. So that is the dance between the time frames that you want to be looking at. And the same P rates that are used on the higher time frames are going to be used on the lower time frames. So that is the purple shaded area. They give you more than enough. Only to this back, only to this one, tropical. Only to this one. No, I'm just kidding, man. Yeah, no problem, no problem. Bro, this person, the choice, is making me sick with that image. I'm gonna have to warn that.
El hijo de puta ese
Sí.
que anda hecho el payaso, ¿no?
Sí, bro.
Qué puta, ¿no? No mames.
Ese mismo. Ese mismito. ¿Estás listo?
Voy a compartir la otra pantalla, loco, la otra cuenta. Porque
Yeah,
la otra
Joseph,
cuenta
this one is recorded, don't worry.
Porque en la otra cuenta tengo un trade abierto, pero todavía no pica take profit, así que voy a compartir la otra cuenta.
For those of you who pay attention, what is this? I saw it, but I didn't call it. I was using for value gaps today.
Ventajitas de tener múltiples cuentas.
Yes. Beautiful, right? the last live stream, the last stream I was using order blocks. Now I'm using gap. That's why I brought your attention towards this gap, this gap. Well, the balance price range is not technically those, but something like those. It can be created from gaps also. And then this gap right here, that one. Okay, ¿estás listo, verdad?
No, espera, estoy comando la pantalla, puto.
So, si vas a mostrar desde donde llamé, la idea estuvo aquí arriba, pero empecé a llamarla desde aquí. Desde este
¿No llamaste
cierre.
la expansión alcista?
Sí, para higher highs, sí. Para higher highs, pero solo poco, o sea, nada que me
Sí, porque a las 9:30 ya fue muy tarde, literalmente.
Claro, estaría mejor posicionado desde el pre-market.
Claro.
Desde aquí abajo. All the way up.
Voy a poner... Es que no sé, loco, hay más mujeres y son mayores, ya no voy a poner
No,
TikToks.
no importa, boludo. Si quieres pongo yo, pásame. Es que, claro, boludo, no importa. Wait, Titan speaks Spanish? Magisca?
Si no me mires con esos ojos.
¿Sí vas a poner o no? Busca bien unas buenas, guacho, para terminar la semana duro.
No, ya, pasa a compartir la pantalla rápido, mejor.
Qué hueva, entonces voy a buscar yo, güey.
Chuch.
Déjame ver.
Qué la falta de respeto, joder puta.
This stupid simple.
Vamos a ver. ¿Quién se está riendo tan fuerte, güey?
Oh, you deleted my picture, you demon.
I think the market needs some inspiration. Let me show the market some inspiration.
Ya, el señor hijo de puta, chuch.
Oh, wait. Let me show the market some.
Respeten los rangos, la posición, también la fama por admiración.
Alright, it's working, it's working, it's working, guys, it's working.
There is nothing related with me.
more inspiration, right? It needs more
There is
inspiration.
nothing related with me, actually, guys. I don't know who is witness. More pressure, more patience.
I have more inspiration. Wait.
No mames, so he's got... ¿De dónde sacamos estos pelados? De la alcantarilla, creo yo. I'm straight from Hot Dog.
¿Quién fuera Corona para estar encima de ella? Dale. Alright.
Representa.
Look at this one. I think the inspiration has done good enough making lower lows. But
Boris tía dice. Bueno, yeah. If Interitel says yes, I wanna see that, we're not gonna put a video. If Interitel say that.
She can recognize a good body. Nothing wrong about it.
I'm getting fucking ass by the market right now. Nada que decir, loco. If we put a TikTok, maybe. I don't know.
More inspiration needed. This one doesn't have to. I don't know why this one doesn't have to.
Saria, I don't know who is witness, okay? I'm sorry. Es que Saria tiene como 2 hijos, loco.
Bro, you started this shit. Now you... Yeah, I take full responsibility.
Pero es que hay más mujeres, loco, y son mayores, chucha.
Ok, ¿estás listo?
Sí. No me mires con esos ojos negros.
Okay, Axel's gonna share his screen now. Okay, everyone be ready.
No me mires con esos
See, we're chopping here.
negros.
So where is exactly chopping right now?
Mirgon 369.
Margoon? What? I don't know what that means, brother. I don't speak brain rot.
Loco, qué lentitud. Estaba cerca de mi pro take profit.
Vas, guacho, vas.
Pantalla convertida. Pantalla 2. Esta es la pantalla 2.
Wait, Esa's here. Esa, my man.
Sí. Yeah. Okay. Axel, y'all sold from the rejection block and y'all sold. I didn't sold. I was taking a wash. I didn't short nothing right here. My short is exactly in 46.50. My short is like right here, from right here. I was taking a wash, bro. I didn't... Why I do that? But I was looking for short. I was looking for that reversal signs. I don't know, signs 8 a.m. in the morning. But I have some things to do, so I just go and take the fucking wash, you know. ¿Quién me manda mensaje? I'm from my finger here. ¿Qué dice? I from a future user. Mira lo que te voy a mandar. Give me a second, guys. Eso es spam, ¿no? Checa lo que te voy a reenviar en WhatsApp. ¿Cómo te llamas? Aquí estás. WhatsApp, loco. ¿Ves que me mandaron por WhatsApp? Checa lo que te mandé. What are we looking for right now? Do you want... No, I don't know. You guys want shorts or longs? I don't expect the whole day shorts, actually. Longs. Fucking mean, do we want a short or longs? Yeah, because I moved the market, guys. So, I'm just kidding. A winner. Time for lungs. Lungs. Do you guys want lungs? Okay, for lungs, we have to pay attention in the 1 hour FBG in exactly this point. So we're gonna pay attention when the market touch that. If the market give a change of a structure exactly in that point, we could look for longs. Shorts too late. Yeah, actually that's the point. Shorts are too late. So we're gonna pay attention right here in 1 minute time frame because we are in a week. So let's see if the market respect that week. If the market respect that week, my expectations is the market make a continuation through higher. I wanna see how the market close above this. That one, yeah. First of all, let's see if the market close above or below this line. For longs, I want to see how the market close above this line, not below. That is going to be really cool. Well, the market closed literally in the middle. Shit. So we are waiting, okay? We have an internal structure right here. The market is making a torso, and the market is making a reaction in the week. So we are in a good zone for longs. The problem is, by the way, let me see. No, 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 stop. No, no. You just don't have that. So we have to see. We have to pay attention in the FVG. It's low probability longs. We're gonna wait. We're just gonna wait. ¿Viste lo que te mandé? Okay, ¿verdad? So yeah, here is it. The market in the FVG. The problem is, like I said, oh shit. Like I said, we don't see how the market stop in that FVG. We just want to see how the market touch that FVG and then make like an structure, but the market is not making nothing. That means the market not gonna make a reaction in that FVG. So we're just gonna wait for something else in 1 minute, in 1 hour. So we are close to, shit, we are close to my next partial. Now we're gonna pay attention in the 0.5% of the FVG, but it's the same thing. The market is not respecting nothing. So we don't have longs right now. We still don't have longs right now. That is basically what I do, guys. That is basically what I do. If I'm looking for something, I just look for an important point, put some important, like the gang box, and wait if the market do something important. If not, it's really simple. I don't take a trade. Voy a confirmarme con 1 a 100, loco. ¿Sí o qué? Sí, loco, 1 a 100. Where's your final TP? I have some things to do, so I don't wanna stay in the charts too long today. So my final TP is going to be that. It's close, actually. It's close. It's 1 risk, 100 reward. That one. It's close. Actually, it's about to hit take profit. It's close to this rejection block, in fact. yeah. I'll go with classes. What I mean is I don't want to stay in the charts too long, a lot of time. It was hit. So the objective is going to be probably this rejection block or this liquidity. Why this liquidity or why this rejection block? Because this rejection block, oh, that's cool. Because this rejection block, guys, this rejection block is an important rejection block because the market make a reaction in the 0.5% of this week. So remember, guys, we use action to reaction. So you guys pay attention in the action to reaction. Okay? So we're gonna pay attention in that. We're gonna see if the market make a reaction in that. If the market don't make a reaction in that, simply we discard that and then we go for the next one. That is how you look for an important confluence, because you guys don't understand how I take my trades. You look for an important confluence. How I look for an important confluence? Like I show you right here. We pay attention first of all for the top of the FBG. The market don't do that. Pay attention in the point. Nothing. 0.5% of the order block. Nothing. Rejection block. Nothing. And then you just go paying attention. But of course, we have more important. Well, one PDRA is more important than other one or something, So you just have to pay attention to the important one. In this case, the FVG is not important. Why? Because we are coming from a big reversal. So we're not going to have a retracement until the market take an important liquidity. So important liquidity is probably going to be the rejection block or this low. Why this low? Because this low is a change of structure and this low is making a reaction in the previous FBG. So you guys have to pay attention when and where you look for a retracement or a reversal. So right here, it looked like the market is making a reaction into 0.5%. Let's see. Yeah, right here, the market, it looked like the market are making a reaction into 0.5% of the order block. Exactly something like that. But you don't gonna look for something until the market make a dance for a while right here, taka 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 taka, and give you a change of structure. You're not gonna look for something until the market do that, because right now probably this is just like a reaction, yes, but probably just the market is making a retracement to make a continuation lower. So you're not gonna take a doom entry if the market don't give you a change of structure. So really interesting. The problem is in 1 minute time frame, the market don't give good entries. In seconds time frame, otherwise it's good entries. So we have to pay it. We are paying attention right now. The market was close to my 1 risk, 100 reward. No shit. The trade of today was 7 ticks stop loss. Please go to seconds time frame and look at chart. No, the point is there is students that don't do that literally. Literally never go to seconds time frame. We have students about that, so I can't do that. Because I understand we have students, of course, that the students understand seconds time frame, but we have others that don't understand. So no. If the market touches the ones gang boss and we still value. It depends. So let's talk like we in this order block. If the market touched the zero, yes, you can look for an order. Well, no, depends. In the order block, no, because the low of the order block is a rejection block, the middle is equilibrium, and the high is an immediately reaction. In an FBG, you can look for something like that. Look. You can look for an immediately reaction when the market touched the one, number one of the FBG, yes. When the market touched the 0.5%, yes. But when the market touched the zero, no, because it's invalid. The market is not gonna alter black down. Wait, todo eso what do you think? 21,650.25. What are you looking for? Shit, are you looking for this? That's crazy. Probably, yeah, probably we see a drop. We have to pay attention in this point. So, in 1 minute time frame, we are making a structure. ¿A qué hora te vas? O sea, que te vas ahorita y regresas a las 2. Pero, o sea, no clase ahorita, clase después. Okay, guys, for those of you guys want class is going to be at 2 p.m. or after, okay? Because Witness is not gonna stay right here. Witness gonna go to the Chongo, you know? So, okay, for longs, we're gonna pay attention in the FVG. The problem is we are not taking liquidity yet for look for long, so it's better otherwise if the market take liquidity to make a change of structure. But let's see, we could see a change of structure right now. Well, let's pay attention in this point. The market is in an FVG right now, so I want to see how the market just make a touch and make a continuation higher. But like I said, we don't have liquidity yet. This is just reading price. For longs, like I said, we have to make a reaction in the FVG, close above the white candle, and this line have to act like your support or whatever. This line have to act like your support, and then make a continuation higher. The problem is we are not taking liquidity yet. And remember, guys, the market move by liquidity. So look for an important movement like this one right here, the market is better to take liquidity. So always wait for liquidity. You can look for something, but always it's better if you wait for liquidity. What about the class IXL? We don't need with. Yeah. See. 2 p.m. yesterday. Okay. Actually, if the market makes a reaction between the point or zero, is low probability. Depends. It's not low probability. Actually, let's talk like I said again. In the FVG, if the one if the one is is just a touch, a quick reaction in the FVG, is not low probability. Actually, it's really good probability. If the market make a reaction into zero, is low probability, yes. So okay, the market is making a reaction into FVG, but the market is making a turtle soup right here. So that is basically what we don't want to see. Because remember, guys, the market move by liquidity. If the market is taking liquidity right here, it is for make a continuation lower. So basically, for longs, that is basically what we don't want. And the liquidity is below 2.5% retracement. So beautiful reaction, beautiful reaction. Not yet, not yet. The market is still making a turtle soup. The market make a turtle soup. That is basically what I don't want to see. On my wake, like in bracket final mortal, I might collect. Hey, really good, bro. 13k, that's crazy. Let's pay attention in this 1 minute candle. Let's pay attention in this 1 minute candle. Did you use the secretitos in that trade, the A plus, or just a normal analysis? You, I mean for COVID lows. Secretitos. Okay, okay. That's what I wanna see. That is what I wanna hear. Alejandro is using the secretitos too. Alejandro is doing really good. Alejandro take one trade yesterday with the secretitos and he take profit 5k. One trade, one take profit. What's a turtle soup? What's turtle soup? Yeah, this is a turtle soup, a manipulation right here. You see how the market is making a reaction in that turtle soup? That is basically what we don't want to see. We just want to see a continuation higher. I just hope the market don't start a fucking accumulation right now. That is basically the only thing I don't want to see right now. It's gonna dump? No, I don't say it's gonna dump. We are paying attention in this point because we are not in an important point. So if you are not in an important point, you're not gonna take a trade. You're not gonna risk your money. You're just gonna wait for a secure trade, for the step by step. So in this point, we have my first step. We have the first confluencer, the important confluencer. Now we're just gonna wait for the second confluencer. The second confluencer is if the market make a turtle soup. In this point, I'm gonna tell you guys what is my second confluencer. My second confluencer is going to be if the market manipulation is low. And then we can look for an entry. Because right now the market is dancing. But I don't wanna look for a short just because the market is making a manipulation. I prefer to follow my step by step to look for a trade. Hello, Git, not sure I understand. Can I DM you after? If any is curious, something that helped me identify better is leaving just a bunch to one pixel for helps a lot with having bunch. What secretitos? Like sweep on liquidity, like mean liquidity, reaction to reaction, accumulation. Yeah, action to reaction actually. Oh yeah, get ready for it. It's secretito. Hello, Grid. Me no speak Spanish. Oh yeah. I mean secrets. He just makes a huge difference. I mean, neither. So the market is not taking liquidity for me. This is not a good long for me. I don't want to take a trade right here because the market is not taking liquidity. So you guys see that I don't see why I don't see we're gonna make a dump. That's why that you guys see why I just say we're gonna wait. You have to have patience. You have to wait because the market is making two reaction to reaction. So if you just take a dump entry, you'll probably already lose your money. Okay? So right now we are just waiting. Este hijo de puta me ha dejado la S15, recién me doy cuenta. ¿Qué pasa, chiquita? Fuck it. Uh, uh, be careful in my DMs for real. What the fuck? Love this one. Happy and sane. Huh? I'm out of here. Yeah. Have a great day. Have a great day, Blues. Take care. I entered and covered a lot from my earlier, so I said want to see PO3 now. Have a good day. Chop, 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 chop. Let's see. We're gonna have a close finally about after the market dance for a while. After the migration the point first or went to retrace on the other seconds. Yeah, my entry is probably going to be in seconds. I probably already have an entry point. Shit. I don't wanna wait all of this. But we are doing in 1 minute time frame. Let's pay attention in that FBG. Yeah, all of my trades is on seconds time frame. No one of my trades is in 1 minute time frame. We're gonna pay attention in this FBG, guys. I wanna see how the market kept pushing lower through. I mean higher. How the market kept pushing higher through to this FBG. I don't wanna see a retracement right now because the market is making a reaction in the FBG. So for longs, I wanna see how the market kept pushing higher. Are you talking? No, 1 second. Yeah. Yesterday I take a trade in 1 second time frame. Actually, I explained the trade. I explained the trade. I think though in the details, the 1 second trade, the 1 second time frame trade. And even if the more I can always find a good entry, it's not to be bottom tick, but I will sure appreciate it. Is this the first class of the mentorship, bro? Cause etc. I didn't see. I remember that. Beautiful reaction. The market closed above the FBG, so this is high probability for longs. I want to see how the market probably make a retracement of the exactly to that EFBG. Let's put the box better. It's still low probability. High probability, but at the same for me, low probability because the market didn't take liquidity yet. But I want to see how the market respect that FBG and make a continuation through higher for longs. Really low probability. We didn't take important liquidity, but we are making an important structure right now. The market was close to my 1 risk 100 reward, bro. This is so fucking funny. That trade, I take in 5 seconds time frame. That trade. The market is respecting the FVG, so I want to see how this 1 minute candle close. We're gonna pay attention in this point. That is basically what I want to see, but I don't want to see a turtle. So exactly, I don't want to see a turtle. So because the market is taking liquidity to go lower. Interesting price action. Pay attention in this point. Pay attention in this point. What do you guys do? What do you guys see? What do you guys see in this point? Tell me. What do you guys see in this point? Manipulation. Yeah, but tell me the analysis because we have an analysis behind. Tell me the analysis. Because we have an analysis. Well, we'll return. Yes, class at 1 p.m. if you want. Shit, look at this. The market is just making action to reaction. Turtle Solar refugee fraction from the FG. Okay, in my analysis, first of all, the market is making a reaction in the FVG, right? So the market make a failure to make a reaction in the 0.5%. So remember, guys, I say that when you guys have a reaction in an FVG, but the market don't touch the 0.5%, you're gonna pay attention in that. And that is basically what happened right here. The market take the liquidity of the reaction and then make a reaction to 0.5% and make a drop. This is exactly example of what I see sometimes because I say to you guys every single day, pay attention in previous reaction because previous reaction are liquidity. And we are close to my 1 risk 100 reward. Eo, 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 eo. What analysis? No, I say we have an analysis behind that. We are close, we're close. 1 risk 100 reward, guys, in 1 hour. In 1 hour. Let me see how much I made. Guess how much I made, guys. Guess how much I made. 3, 6, 7, 8. It's not too much, actually. It's not too much. It's just 9K because I take partials too early. Because I want to put break even. It's just 9K, actually. It's not too much. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. See? It's just 9K, actually. Not much. So we're close to the rejection block, guys. You guys see? You guys see why I said it's always important to wait for the market take liquidity? You guys see why I don't call nothing? You guys see? The market take the liquidity and make a drop exactly in this point. You guys see? Always wait for the liquidity or you're gonna beat the liquidity. I'm looking for what that I can say it's not much. And if I don't have class today. If you guys, you remember, guys, no, if you, today you can take class whatever you want. If you are in volume 1, 2, 3, or 4, whatever, you can take a class today. There is not what? There is not any specific. The only volume specific today is the 4, I think. So you can take a class if you want. Axel is my 4 class of teaching necesito. No, what the fuck? I teach completed zones after the volume 3. You have to know the important things after completed zones. I kept today with you. Yeah, Jeff, you have class today. So you guys see exactly, this is the exact example that I say. If the market don't take the liquidity, you're gonna beat the liquidity. This is the exactly example, guys. Gonna hop off. I have a good day, everyone. Take care, Larry. Take care. Have a great day, bro. We are close to the rejection block. We didn't touch it yet. Let's pay attention in that point. See you guys. You are supposed to be green. Witness call all of that shorts. Witness literally call the longs and the shorts. In 1 hour time frame, in 1 hour time frame. This one, the black candle. But I don't say we're gonna enter on longs in that rejection. We're just gonna see a reaction block. I don't see how to look the 1 second time frame. Can you send me the video? Yeah, I think and try to explain how to do analysis. My bad, I think outside this boot, which rejection block, what time frame? Can you show it again? Right here in 1 minute time frame, in 1 hour time frame, guys. But you see the market is not making a reaction. The market don't stop. I show you guys, no. I show you guys, how I want to see a reaction when I'm looking for a PD array. Literally, I want to see a kiss, a touch, and then a reaction. We are not having that. We are in the important liquidity right now, so let's gonna delete the rejection block and we're gonna pay attention into liquidity right now. You guys see, the market is making a reaction. Interesting, right? So now we just wanna see an structure. Because the market is taking the liquidity and making just like a kind of like, oh, this look like a reaction, you're not gonna full port your account and look for longs. No, you're gonna wait for the step by step. Que me cago en todo. La bondad. What the fuck do you look for? You look for friends? Yes, actually, yes. I go sometimes in one analysis I go to weekly candle to 15 seconds time frame. I blown 3 accounts this morning. What the fuck? How the fuck did you blow 3 accounts, Grits? Serious question. If you don't give me a good answer, probably you're gonna get banned. It's the being recorded. I kept getting the. Yes, this is recorded. Asa, I say that many times. I don't care time. I don't care time, bro. I don't care time. I don't trade time. Witness trade time. I trade pure price. So I can go to monthly candle to 1 second time frame if I want. And that does not matter. I'm joking. Don't ban me, please. Don't ban me. So close. I don't understand what you mean. When I do my analysis, what I mean, remember my step by step, guys, because I give you in the first class my step by step to how I look for a trade, literally. Alejandro is using that. I don't know. Other students are using that. Other students are testing my way of trading. And my students say, well, the students say, yeah, it works, but you have to understand how. You have to understand how to do the analysis, how to identify a true high time. You're talking shit about me. Hijo de puta, nada más. Yes. You have to understand how to do the analysis in a right way. So I say that I don't care time. I can do my analysis in the first step. I can use weekly candle if I want. The second confluence, what? Another block. In this case, the high time frame confluence is the liquidity. Right here we could use the second step, the 1 minute turtle soup. So we already have completed the first and the second step. Now we are just missing the step number 3. We just have to look for change of structure, confirmations, and entries. We are just missing the step number 3 in this point. So now we're just gonna wait for exactly that point. If you don't have that, you're not gonna take a trade. Ruler no guido mista. Find an important point when important point is called down to lower time frame and take your entry off immediate reaction or wait for placement double. Yep. So in this point, we already have completed the step number 1, high time frame liquidity, the step number 2, lower time frame liquidity, and just missed the step number 3, lower time frame change of structure. The problem, guys, oh shit, this is really interesting. Let's see, maybe this point. Because remember, the market move by liquidity. So if the market make a manipulation, you don't think that is a confluence, a turtle soup? You don't think that is a confluence, ASA? Remember, we use that the market move by liquidity. So a turtle soup is a manipulation in liquidity. So you don't consider that a confluence? Don't overtrade, that will kill the trade. And the slowness OP is so annoying. So you see, we had the step number 1 and the step number 2 completed, but we didn't have the step number 3. So simple, we don't take a trade, and you see, the other steps get broken. But I don't care because I don't take a trade because I wait for the step number 3. No, I was reading. I just there's when it's sweep and close back into range. Yes, price also below the 0.5% retracement range. In 5 seconds, will you have a long entry after the 1 minute turtle soup? Yes, probably. So you see, Esa, the market didn't give you the step number 3. Simply, you don't take a trade. You wait for next thing. So now the turtle soup is invalid. We're not gonna use the turtle soup more. Now we're just gonna pay attention for something else. Not gonna lie, I don't gonna pay attention in the 0.5% of the FBG. Probably I'm gonna use the gap. We're just gonna pay attention in the gap right now. What about the second time frame? It makes use? Yes, probably. But just let's see for a couple seconds. No, the market didn't make a change of structure. Nope. Because the important high is this one right here. Nope, no change of structure. I mean, why you chose that as Confluence? Why didn't look for another Confluence, for example? Because we are in that point. When I was doing this example, we was literally in the FBG. So we're gonna pay attention in that because we are in that place. Okay. What a low. Very clear. Thank you, Christine. What are we looking for? Short? We are looking for nothing actually. It's late for shorts, and the market is not making reaction to longs. I'm off to select nearly 1 a.m. Have a great night. Have a great night, Hopmeister. Thank you, man, for very week. Have a great hike time from FBG. Yes, but like I said right now, I don't wanna pay attention in the FBG. Well, actually, let's pay attention. Let's pay attention from this to this. Are you gonna put a line into 0.5%? Because we use smart money concepts. Beautiful reaction, but we don't do the analysis in seconds time frame. So let's go to 1 minute time frame. So we have we already have the step number 1, the high time frame confluence. Now we're just gonna wait for the second confluence. It's a plus reaction in 15 minutes or below, 55, 3, 2, 1 minute. And then we go to the step number 3. So now we are waiting to do the analysis. We probably could use this rejection block because I don't want to use the order block. So I want to see how the market respect that. I want to see how the market touch that rejection block and then give me a change of structure. That is basically going to be my change of structure for look for longs. Literally, other students are testing my strategy. Brailing is one example. If you wait, and Braille learned yesterday because Braille get a break even yesterday because actually, I don't know if you guys see the trade of yesterday. Braille take the exactly same trade. But the problem with Braille is he don't wait for the step number 3. So he get break even. But I wait for the step number 3. So I don't get break even. So Braille and other students are testing my strategy. If you wait the step by step, literally, if you follow the step by step, you're supposed to not lose. Because my step by step is how do you say that shit? Secure? I don't know. So you see, the market don't make a reaction in the rejection block. You don't gonna look for the step number 3 because the market is not giving you a reaction. As simple as that. It's really simple. It's really simple analysis. It's really simple. I don't know how the fuck you guys don't understand that. Yeah. Step number 3 is change of structure, confirmations, and entry. Axel, there will always be a loss. It's to be a risk management. Actually, with my analysis, I never get a loss. I sometimes take losses or break evens when I break my step by step. To be honest, not gonna lie. Oh yeah, break even yes. Are we going to gap fill? We are paying attention into 1 hour at this point because we are into 0.5% of the FBG ASA. So we are looking if the market give a step by step for longs. If not, there is not a good entry for shorts, ASA. There is not a good entry for shorts because you are late. By the way, witness call that expansion for shorts. Why you don't take a trade? Long right now, bro. 10 micros right now. No! What the fuck? So, pay attention in this point, guys. What we have right here. Pay attention in this point. What we have in this point? Exactly. That is going to be the second confluence, the second step. So we are just missing the change of structure in this point. The change of structure is going to be when the market closes above that high. That is basically going to be the change of structure for longs. Shit, how I hate to do my analysis in time frame, bro. It's really slow. Answer for the CEO's confirmation with lower time frame for entries. Now, you can take a trade in 1 minute time frame. After the market close about that high, we're gonna put the gang box waiting for the market make a retracement back to 0.5%. The confirmation is going to be when the market make a retracement to 0.5%. Respect some PD array, you can take a trade into continuation. Okay? That is basically going to be the trade. Now the opening up. No, I say that. I said no. We are looking for longs right now. So you can take a trade in 1 minute time frame. It's not necessary to go to seconds time frame. We didn't close about that high yet. We are waiting. We are waiting at this point. ¿Qué pasa, putona? ¿Ya te vas? Can you repeat what you're looking for in 1 minute time frame? Okay, yes. So remember my step by step. High time frame completed. We are in the 0.5% of the FBG. Second step, plus confluences. Middle time frame, 1 minute turtle soup. We already have the second step completed. Now we are just missing the number 3 step, the change of structure, the confirmations, and the entry. Ciao, ciao, topamos. So the change of structure is going to be when the market closes about the 0.5%. The confirmation is going to be when the market, I say that, we're gonna put a